Hello, these are the notes for Integrated Math 1 for Thursday, January 28th. The objectives for this lecture, these notes are, the students should be able to find the common ratio of a geometric sequence. The students should be able to write the formula of a geometric sequence. The students should be able to write or use the formula to find the nth term of a geometric sequence. And the student should be able to read a story problem or write a story problem about a geometric sequence. The words that we need to know, very similar, common ratio. We discussed this on Monday, but this is what you're multiplying by. Multiplying by each time to get your next term. A geometric sequence is a series of numbers or a sequence of numbers where each term is multiplied by the same number to get the next term. For example, I'll give you a simple one. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 3 is 54. 54 times 3, 162, something like that. Anyway, it goes on forever. You just keep multiplying by 3 to get the next one. A geometric sequence formula, we will cover that on page 3. How to find the common ratio, because this is new, how to find the ratio, but it looks a lot like what we did for common difference. Choose two terms that are next to each other. Okay, I choose these two. The term on the right divided by the term on the left. So I'm going to say the term on the right, 20 divided by -4. Well, I'm going to write this as a fraction almost always, 20 divided by -4, because I can see it's going to be a negative number, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. This is my common ratio, -5. I'm almost always going to write it as a fraction. Let's do a couple more. I'll pick these two. So the ratio is the one on the right divided by the one in front of it. So 36 divided by 12. Immediately I know that the number is bigger than 1. Okay, 36 divided by 12 is 3. That is my common ratio, +3. I'm going to try it with these two, just so you can see the example. Ratio equals 12 divided by the number in front, 4, is 3. That also worked. It's still the same ratio. Okay, it gets a little weird, maybe challenging when you come up to fractions. So let's see, 4, the ratio, equals 4/3, -4/3 divided by 4. All right. Okay, so this one I'm going to write out as a division problem. -4/3, that's this one, divided by the one in front, divided by 4. Now, if you have a scientific calculator, this should be doable. If not, everyone has Desmos. So I'm going to go to Desmos really quick, and we're going to see how that works there. You got to go to -4. -4/3. So here in Desmos, you go to -4 divided by 3. There's your -4/3. Arrow to the right, divided by 4. It gives it to me as this thing here. You know, I'm like, what is this? What is this right here? I'm just trying to. It gives me this. Press this button, and it will give it to you as a fraction. You ready? Let's press that button. -1/3 is my fraction. Please learn how to use Desmos to help you with this. So my ratio is negative 1/3. Ah, I can kind of see that now. I can see how negative 4/3 times, because our common ratio we're multiplying by, negative 1/3 equals negative times a negative is a positive 4. 3 times 3 is 9. And that's the next term. Multiply this by negative 1/3. And we get 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. 9 times 3 is 27. It works. I checked it. Okay, next page. How to write the geometric sequence formula. Well, the geometric sequence formula, I'm going to read it to you. Gn equals G1. Uh-oh, this plus sign shouldn't be here. So let's get rid of that. That should be times G1 times R to the n, and this is a power. Okay, that's a power to the power of n minus 1. It is not R times n minus 1. No, it is not this. Okay, so it is R to the power of n minus 1. It's above the normal space. Okay, to write the formula, you need the first term, G1. Okay, I got a problem for you though. Our worksheets, the computer that generates them, does not give us a G. It gives us an A. It tells you you need an R. Well, luckily, they tell us that there's an R here. So this is a ratio. Therefore, I know that this is supposed to be a G1. If you see an A1, just assume it's G1. Alrighty? That's going to be on your assignment. So please work with me on this. You can do this. So all I'm going to do, write my formula, Gn equals, what's my G1 right here? My G1 is 4. Times, I can put a times symbol or I can put a parentheses. Oh, I'm going to put a parentheses because it's a fraction. Looks weird, maybe complex. There's my ratio, n minus 1. As a power, as an exponent, this does not change, this does not change. Everything else, I just give you two numbers. So let's try it again. I want you to try it again. We'll go right here. Gn equals A1, 2.5. My R is 2, power of, I'll put it in parentheses, n minus 1. That's all I need. Remember, this is supposed to be a G. It says A1, that's fine. Gn equals my G1, which is negative 2, times my ratio to the n minus 1. Okay, that's how you write it. Last step, how to use the formula to find some term. Okay, remember this is supposed to be a times symbol, not a plus. It didn't transfer well. To use the formula, you need G1. That's right here. Then you need the ratio. We figured out how to find that a couple pages ago. You need to know what n is. They're going to ask you, find the 12th term. Now you're going to calculate. Be careful. Maybe you're going to use Desmos. Or use a scientific calculator. The cell phone calculators do not work well. Most of the time, it's hard to type it in correctly. People make mistakes. So we're going to do it using Desmos. First, let's write my formula. For this one right here, G of 12, because that's what they're asking me for, even though it says A, remember it's a G, equals my first term. First term is negative 3. What's my ratio? 1/2. To the power of, they want the 12 minus 1 term. Negative 3, 1/2, 12 minus 1. Let's go here. Negative 3, 1/2, 12 minus 1. So I want negative 3 times parentheses, makes it easier, 1 divided by 2, 1/2, and the parentheses. Let's back it up. Go to the right one space, then close parentheses. Now I need power of. That's this A to the B power button right there. Parentheses, it was 12 minus 1, 12 minus 1, close it. Okay, it gave me a really small decimal. What is it as a fraction? Negative 3 over 2048. Negative 3 over 2048. G12 equals negative 3 over 2048. It's a fraction, but Desmos did it for us. It looked really scary, but with Desmos, we can do it. All right, maybe I'm just going to look at one more. This one here, because we're running out of time. Be able to write it. Gn equals negative 0.8 to the times 5 to the 9 minus 1. Let's go to Desmos. Negative 0.8 and 5. Negative 0.8. Negative 0.8 times 5 to the power of, parentheses, 9 minus 1, and the parentheses, negative 312,500. I'll make that bigger so you can see it better. Negative 312,500. G of 9, negative 312,500. Okay, that's how you use the formula. Last thing is reading a story. Gene is in charge of the family farm. He raises chickens and is trying to get enough chickens so that his children can start their own chicken farms. Every year he keeps enough chickens so that he has 20% more chickens than the year before. He wants to have more chickens so that when the children move away, he gives them a bunch of chickens to start them off. That makes total sense. This is like multiplying by 1.2. So this 20% is here. I'm giving you the number. He starts off with 2,000 chickens. Well, this is my G1. This is my R. Can you write it? Gn equals 2,000 chickens times 1.2, and n minus 1 is my formula. Now, if I say how many chickens will he have in 8 years, you put the 8. You put an 8 right here, whatever years, and we'll know how many chickens he has. Okay, that is everything.